So they put big DJ Hicks up there and asked him what the motto was for the defensive line. And what came out was something Mike Elko needed to walk back. Let's talk about what came out, or get close to it, and what we can glean from this. What's up, kinfolk? It's RJ Young. I am not on the step mill. If this is your first time watching the #1 college football show, welcome. Thank you for joining us here. We talk college football year round. If that is something that you're into, hit that subscribe button, like this video, and you let me know. Do you think that DJ Hicks knew what he was saying when he came out and told everybody what the motto be for the defensive line at Texas A&M last year into this year? For those of y'all don't know, they had some hitters on that line, man. Shamar Stewart, the other Shamar, Nick Scorton. You know, DJ, he going to be a junior this year. And that defensive line that Mike Elko got, it's a unit. It's a unit. You got to deal with them. But it's one of these things where the motto shouldn't be the motto, my guys. You don't need to go that hard. Matter of fact, you probably shouldn't go that hard, given recent history with Texas A&M. We'll get into this. And why I think that this is wild, because it's College Station, but it's also DJ Hicks is saying it. I got a kind of issue with how this came out. So what had happened was somebody asked him, what the philosophy is. How did they produce, the kind of players that they produced? What does he think about those guys that are returning? What does he think about guys going to the draft? And he said, the motto here is CBO. Okay. I'm not going to tell you what CBO stands for. You're going to look that up on the other parts of the YouTube, other parts of the internet, because we're not going to do that here. However, I am going to say that this comes out of a culture in college football that is one where everybody want to be death row. Don't nobody know what happened. Nobody know. Don't too many people know what happened to Suge after he said come to death row. Okay? Do a little research, do a little homework. But you know what I'm saying? Everybody want to be death row. You know what I'm saying? Everybody wants to quote Tupac saying bomb first. Nobody was in there going, hey, should you read a book? And by the way, what happened to Tupac? I mean, I'm asking. What happened to Tupac who said bomb first? Everybody want to be Biggie. Everybody ain't going to be Biggie. I'm about to touch off on some people's feelings right quick. Everybody want to be Biggie, talking about pulling that yellow hair. Hey, George B. McClellan was trying to tell y'all back in 1864, get from round here, okay? You can't do it like that. You don't need to do it like that. We can't do it like that, all right? We can't do it like that. We shouldn't do it like that. There's a lot of reasons as to why, but not the least of which is we got, and it ain't that many of us, as I continue to say, it's a math problem. But Mike Elko need to come out here and say, hey, we're going to have to rebrand that, because I like the tenacity. I like where I think the good part of that is coming from, the CBO. But given how we feel about domestic violence in the United States and how we feel about domestic violence in college football in particularly, y'all can't do it. Vernon Jackson, 2020, wasn't that long ago, right? You keep going down the line on this. We get further and further into how we feel not just about crime in college football, but how we feel about violence of the domestic variety in college football. It's no longer really upsetting to me that people can get pinched for weed, because there are ways to do this legally. And at this point, it feels as stupid as it was when you get pinched before it was lawful. If you got your card and you write with the law and whatnot, but you better have your papers when you walk around. They're going to ask you for your papers. They've been asking us for our papers since the Civil War ended, dog. This ain't nothing new here. I got 2 books about this. Let It Bang, Requiem for the Massacre. Buy them. They're good books. They're thorough. I wrote them, part memoir, part history. But I wanted to touch on this because I was asked by one of the kiddos what I thought about this, and did I think that, Coach Elko should have had his back. And I said he did have his back. He had his back because he didn't castigate DJ. He didn't castigate the defensive line. What he said was, and I'm going to get the quote out here, it's conveying something that shouldn't be conveyed. So we'll get that handled and addressed. That's all that needed to be done. That's all that needed to be said, especially given that it's spring football and we are aching for any bit of news around spring football, and it's always going to be this way in spring football, but it's going to get even more dire as we continue to go through. Like, the one bright spot of spring football that was going to occur was Fran Brown, Deion Sanders trying to give us a game, or something like a simulated game on television for spring football and the college variety. And the NCAA put squash on that. And both Deion and Fran have told you, look, they just weren't going to let us do it first. And two brothers trying to come together, do something worthwhile. to do something that we think would inject some life into the spring football game that is going away. It's a tradition that is on the way out. Texas don't do it. SC don't do it. Oklahoma don't do it. Nebraska don't do it. Everybody else is falling back on, hey, we got stadium renovations and whatnot, what have you. But you know what it is. Don't nobody want to be playing football until you get paid to play football. You don't get paid to play football until it comes around in the regular season. I get it. I understand that part. But I was applauding those men for being forward thinking and trying to do something entertaining because he's still trying to sell tickets for a spring competition that ain't really a competition. It's a glorified practice. You get to see dudes in pads running around. They don't really hit each other. They don't hit each other. Like, we don't do that at spring games. We play two-hand touch, if that. And you better not put one finger on the quarterback or somebody might hurt you. You might get what Mike Elko is trying to get up out the defensive line, right? You might get the acronym. And that's the other thing about college football and football in general that I don't know a lot of people that didn't play football or grow up around football understand. It is a sport built on acronyms, man. It is. We got acronyms for everything. We got abbreviations for everything. We have John Gruden out here trying to give you, 8 paragraphs to understand what play call is. Other people, myself, you come out of air raid, hey, we running mesh. Y cross. That's what we doing, right? You might get some numbers and some nomenclature in there, but for the most part, one phrase got to do it all for everybody. Like, my favorite play to watch 2019 LSU run was giant. Why? Because Oklahoma couldn't friggin' stop it. They just kept running it, kept beating the hell out of that defense with it. They could not run with those 3 wide receivers that end up being three of the best wide receivers of the last decade. Might all 3 be in the NFL Pro Football Hall of Fame when it's all said and done. You know what I'm saying? I don't know that we might feel this way about Terrace Marshall going forward, but certainly we feel this way about Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, and the man throwing him the passes in Joe Burrow. I think because it's A&M, it's also, you got to understand, A&M ain't always been on the program, right? Like, if A&M had Nick Saban as its head coach, there's no doubt to me that A&M would have won 6 championships by now. There's no doubt. I have zero doubt that would have happened because he did it at LSU, which was a lot like A&M until Nick Saban got there. Too many people forget this. Until Nick Saban got there, LSU was just a thought. It's a thought. It's always been Saints country, but when they win in it's LSU. Nick Saban takes the job and he says, okay, so where are all the good players? We code switching now. We've been code switching all segment, but we code switching now. Where are the good players? And they told him, hey, they don't come here. And he said, BS, they don't come here. Are we trying to win or not? So he went and he recruited them. Recruited the hell out of him. By 2003, national championship. Went to Alabama. Ain't won nothing worth a damn in my lifetime. Not a damn thing. Showed up and said, hey, where are the good players at? Not only did he go get the good players, he got Heisman Trophy winners. He got Biletnikoff Award winners. He got black quarterbacks to contend for championships. He got Julio friggin' Jones. He got Dante friggin' Hightower. He got Derrick Henry from North Florida. Like, Derrick Henry should have been a Gator or should have been a Florida State Seminole or even a Georgia Bulldog. But being part of the Alabama Crimson Tide, that was never supposed to be in the cards. Mark Richt had to be sick looking at that. You know what I'm saying? Had to be sick. I'm telling you. All you had to do was go down to Yulee and go get you a dude. Go get you the dude. The man we still call King Henry. A&M could be on that program. They ain't on that program. They don't want to be on that program. They ain't want to be on that program. You know how I know this? Because they had Kyler Murray. And they had Kevin Sumlin with Kyler Murray. And they fumbled that. He transfers to Oklahoma. They talked him into playing a season of football even after he was a top 10 draft pick Major League Baseball tournament or Heisman Trophy winner. Why? Because Oklahoma has always wanted it. Always wanted it. Barry Switzer wanted it. Okay? Bud Wilkinson wanted it. Bob Stoops wanted it. We got to win. We got to. And that means that we're going to have Prentice God in here well before y'all be thinking about it. Okay? That's what it's going to be. That's how you get GT McCoy show up. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to talk about this because, again, I think DJ's taking an unfair hit for this, but you can go hard. And that might be the motto. Just the motto is we go hard. The motto might be, hey, it might be a little too studious. We're going to be overconfident. We're going to impose our will on opponents. We're going to play sound fundamental football. But that ain't sexy. What's sexy is, thugging. Ain't nothing wrong with thugging until thugging gets you in trouble. I mean, you can have to thug in your game. But now you out in public, and now you're in front of people, and your mama going to hear this. And what your mama going to say? Your mama might have your back because she understands where that's coming from, but also your mama is your mama. And I'm telling you right now, my mama hear me talking about CBO I'm gonna get a phone call quick, fast, in a hurry. And if you can't get that phone call from your mama, I'll give you that phone call. Hit me up, dog. We'll have that conversation because you deserve more credit for being more creative. You ain't got to do this. Everybody ain't got to be Death Row. Anybody got to be Tupac. Anybody got to be Biggie.